please join me in welcoming the host of House and Home Television, Lynda Reeves.
Whether you remember her best as Solitaire in Live and Let Die, as Maria Callas in The Richest Man Alive, or playing opposite Christopher Reeve in Somewhere in Time, Jane Seymour is one of the most cherished actresses of our age. Jane is also an artist, and now we know a designer, a devoted mother of 6 children, an author, and we're here tonight to celebrate the launch of her new book, published by DK, Making Yourself at Home. I read your book from cover to cover. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
This is a beautiful book. And you have a passion for design.
I do.
Where did that come from?
Well, I've always loved it. When I grew up in England, my parents didn't have any money. But the home was... It was a very special place. We didn't go out too much, so people would come to our house. So we entertained a great deal. And we had our own bedrooms, and we were allowed to do whatever we wanted in them. And so I used to try and be clever with everything in my room, trying to make it my own. I'd go to what we called bring and buy sales. I suppose it's a garage sale you'd have now. Yeah. And I embroidered, and I crocheted, and I knitted, and I collected vintage before anyone collected vintage. And I did the same thing with my clothing as well. So I always had a sense of design from when I was young.
How do you have time to be a devoted wife, have such a brilliant career? 6 children?
6 at last count, yes.
6 children?
Yes.
How many homes?
We have 2 that we live in. I think there's another home that we inherited from a grandparent, but yeah,
and still have the ability to pay attention to detail like this.
Well, I love this. This is my idea of fun. I really love making spaces uniquely mine. And I think, I didn't have any money at that time. So when I met James Keach, my husband now, and I'd come from this terrible divorce, and I didn't have any money, and we barely had a home at first, we just put all our funds together and looked at it all and said, well, how are we going to make this work? And actually, if you look in the book, and if you look in earlier homes that I've had that may have been published, you'll notice exactly the same furniture but recovered. So I'm not the great advocate of, get rid of it all, spend a lot of money and start again.
But that means you found your personal style. You're sticking with it.
Well, no, I changed. I've made some of the things I had before quite unrecognizable. I mean,
there's a thread in your book. There's an elegance.
I recycle my things, yes. I recycle them because I had to. But then, the other side of it is that when you love something, when you buy a really great couch and it's a great shape, there's really no reason to change it. You can restuff it and you can recover it. It is possible.
Let's just talk for a minute about color, because you use so much color, Jane. And color's in. You're wearing color, and we all want to embrace color, but it's scary. For people who have lived in neutrals for a long time, what's your best advice on how to start bringing color into your house?
Well, what I talk about in the book is do your home in neutrals. I mean, I think of it as an artist as having a canvas. You have a canvas, you have textures, you have neutrals that all go along. And then start out by just putting accessories. So I would say the same with clothing. You wear neutrals, things that suit your figure and make you look good. And then you'll add a necklace, a purse, a pair of shoes, a scarf, a shawl. And the same thing with the home. You accessorize it first. And then when you get comfortable with the accessories, or you find a piece of art that you love, or you find a really colorful teapot that inspires you, or a jug, I really think that, if I were to take any one of you into a space with either art or artifacts or vases of flowers or jugs or teapots or plates or something, and just say, walk around here and just stop where you feel something sings to you. That's what I would say to you. Do that first, wherever it is. Or look in an art book and just imagine that you could own any of the greatest art in the world, and just look at that painting and just say, I'm in here somewhere, something that I love about this. That is the clue as to what the colors are that you're going to want to have in your home. And you don't have to have a ton of it. Just a tiny smattering of it, is wonderful.